You got a Google alert?
Yes.
What did you say to him?
I asked if it was true, and he admitted it right away. I think my response was, "Are you kidding me?"
Demi Moore's life has been a story of resilience, courage, and transformation. Born on November 11, 1962, in Roswell, New Mexico, she came into a world that was far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood she would later inhabit. Her early childhood was marked by instability and emotional hardship. Even before she was born, her father left, leaving her mother to raise Demi on her own. Growing up, Demi faced an environment filled with unpredictability and pain. Her mother and stepfather both struggled with alcoholism, and the family moved more than 30 times before Demi even reached her teenage years. This constant upheaval meant she never had a stable home or a sense of security. At the age of 12, she faced one of the darkest moments of her young life when her mother attempted to take her own life. Demi was forced to dig pills from her mother's mouth while her stepfather held her down. Such experiences forced her to grow up far faster than most children, shaping her resilience, but also leaving deep emotional scars. School was no refuge either. Demi battled dyslexia and had medical challenges, including a condition requiring eye surgery. By the age of 16, feeling desperate for independence and freedom from her troubled home life, Demi dropped out of school. She began working in various jobs, from modeling to debt collection, to survive and gain autonomy. At 17, she married musician Freddie Moore in a search for stability and love, but that marriage lasted only 4 years. Despite these hardships, Demi refused to let her circumstances define her future. Her determination to rise above adversity would become a hallmark of her life and career, guiding her through the challenges of Hollywood and her personal life. Demi Moore's career began in earnest when she was just 19 years old. Her first significant break came when she landed a role on the popular soap opera General Hospital. She portrayed Jackie Templeton, an ambitious young journalist, standing out among more than 1,000 actresses who auditioned. Though she was paid only $750 per episode, the role marked her first real opportunity in Hollywood. Jackie's character was strong and determined, qualities that were still relatively rare for women on television at the time. Demi's performance caught the attention of viewers and producers alike, showcasing her natural talent and charisma. However, her personal life was already fraught with challenges. She struggled with addiction and often partied recklessly, putting both her health and her budding career at risk. Director Joel Schumacher recognized her potential and provided tough love, ensuring she remained sober during filming. This support became a turning point in her life, giving her the stability needed to focus on her craft. In 1985, her second chance came with the film St. Elmo's Fire, in which she played Jules, a troubled young woman navigating the challenges of adulthood. Schumacher gave her a strict ultimatum: get sober or lose the role. Demi chose to stay clean, even paying for support during filming, and delivered a performance that resonated deeply with audiences. The film's success cemented her position as a rising star and introduced her as part of the so-called Brat Pack, a group of young actors who would define Hollywood in the 1980s. Her career continued to ascend with films like About Last Night and the iconic Ghost, which would make her one of Hollywood's most bankable stars. These early career triumphs showcased Demi's resilience and dedication, proving that she could overcome personal struggles and achieve professional greatness. The 1990s marked the height of Demi Moore's career, bringing both professional success and personal challenges. In 1990, she starred in Ghost, a film made on a modest budget of $22 to $23 million, which went on to earn over $55 million worldwide. Audiences were captivated by her portrayal of Molly Jensen, and the film's iconic pottery scene with Patrick Swayze set to Unchained Melody became one of the most memorable moments in cinema history. Demi's short haircut in the film sparked a global trend, further demonstrating her influence beyond acting. At the same time, her marriage to Bruce Willis, one of Hollywood's top stars, made them a powerhouse couple. Bruce's Die Hard 2 was performing exceptionally well at the box office, creating a unique moment when both spouses held the top box office spots simultaneously, a feat unmatched for over 3 decades. Demi's performance in Ghost earned her a Golden Globe nomination and a Saturn Award, solidifying her reputation as a talented and dedicated actress. Following this, she starred in A Few Good Men in 1992 alongside Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson, demonstrating her versatility and ability to command the screen. The film earned over $243 million worldwide, further cementing her star status. In 1993, she took on a provocative role in Indecent Proposal, exploring the controversial question of whether a married woman would sleep with a stranger for $1 million. While the film sparked debates about morality and treatment of women, Demi embraced the challenge, using the role to defy societal expectations and redefine what Hollywood leading ladies could achieve. Throughout this period, Demi balanced her personal life as a mother with her career, redefining public perceptions of womanhood and celebrity. Demi Moore's personal life during these years was marked by both joy and hardship. Her marriage to Bruce Willis in 1987 brought stability and family life into her world. Together, they had 3 daughters: Rumor in 1988, Scout in 1991, and Tallulah in 1994. Demi famously posed nude while pregnant with Scout on the cover of Vanity Fair, an image that became iconic and sparked conversations about motherhood, femininity, and empowerment. Despite her career success, Demi often struggled with balancing motherhood and work, experiencing guilt for not being present enough while also pushing the boundaries of her professional ambitions. Eventually, her marriage to Bruce ended in 1998 after 11 years, but their divorce was handled with remarkable grace. They remained close, co-parented effectively, and continued to support each other publicly, even attending each other's future weddings. This period of her life illustrated Demi's ability to navigate the challenges of high-profile relationships while maintaining dignity and prioritizing her family, a balance that would continue to define her personal growth and decisions in later years. After her separation from Bruce Willis, Demi Moore's life continued to evolve, both personally and professionally. She faced challenges, including the public scrutiny that accompanies every aspect of her life. In 2003, she met Ashton Kutcher at a New York premiere, marking the beginning of a highly publicized relationship. Demi was 40 years old, and Ashton was 25, but their age difference did not prevent a strong connection. Their relationship quickly intensified, with early milestones including Ashton meeting Demi's daughters and even her ex-husband Bruce Willis. Within a few months, they were living together and they launched a production company, Catalyst Films, with projects like Beauty and the Geek establishing them as a Hollywood power couple. However, their relationship was not without challenges. Demi experienced a devastating miscarriage 6 months into pregnancy, an event that tested their emotional resilience. They sought grief counseling and spiritual guidance, but the pressures of trying for a child, personal struggles, and the wide age gap created significant strain. Despite these challenges, Demi and Ashton married in 2005 in a private ceremony, showing public dedication and love. The couple embraced blended family life, with Ashton taking on the role of stepfather to Demi's 3 daughters, learning parenting skills, attending school events, and actively supporting their interests. While the relationship began with enthusiasm and commitment, the couple eventually faced difficulties that would lead to separation and eventual divorce. The end of Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher's marriage was marked by personal pain and public scrutiny. Rumors of affairs, emotional distance, and difficulties in coping with grief placed immense strain on their relationship. Demi revealed in her memoir that she attempted to maintain the marriage through difficult compromises, including agreeing to threesomes at Ashton's request, though these decisions left her feeling empty and confused. Their efforts to repair the relationship through spiritual retreats and counseling were ultimately unsuccessful, and the pressures culminated in 2011 with revelations of Kutcher's infidelity. Demi discovered the truth not directly from Ashton, but through a Google alert, learning about multiple affairs that shattered her trust. The scandal became widely publicized, adding humiliation to heartbreak. Demi announced her separation in November 2011, and their divorce was finalized in 2013. This period plunged Demi into one of the darkest chapters of her life. She relapsed on substances she had long avoided, suffering seizures, weight loss, and declining health. Isolated and struggling, she grappled with addiction, loneliness, and self-doubt, a stark contrast to the strong and glamorous public image she had maintained for decades. In recent years, Demi Moore has found a new perspective on life, love, and personal growth. At 62, she has emphasized the importance of the relationship she has with herself, coining the term solo partnering. This concept reflects a conscious decision to prioritize personal happiness, growth, and self-respect over seeking fulfillment from a partner. Demi's approach to dating has become more intentional, focusing on meaningful experiences rather than casual encounters. She even formed a friendship with Ashton Kutcher's wife, and the two run a book club together, discussing literature and life. Her ability to move forward with grace, forgiveness, and maturity has earned admiration from fans and the public. Demi's story, from childhood trauma to Hollywood stardom and personal challenges, illustrates a remarkable journey of resilience, determination, and self-discovery. While she does not close the door on love, she remains clear about her boundaries, prioritizing relationships that enhance her life rather than define it. This new chapter in her life demonstrates that true strength is not just in professional achievements or public fame, but in the courage to confront one's past, embrace personal growth, and create a life guided by values, purpose, and self-respect. This week, Demi Moore sat down for an interview and revealed secrets about her life, her career, and even her marriage to Ashton Kutcher, secrets no one expected. Voiceover. From Hollywood glamour to personal heartbreak, Demi Moore's story is one of resilience, survival, and reinvention. Stay tuned, because the truth about her life will leave you stunned. Demi Moore was born on November 11, 1962, in Roswell, New Mexico, but her childhood was far from a fairy tale. Even before she was born, her father had left, leaving her mother to raise Demi alone. Her home life was marked by instability, alcohol, and constant moving, more than 30 times before she turned 14. At 12, she faced one of the darkest moments of her young life. Her mother tried to end her own life. Demi had to dig pills from her mother's mouth while her stepfather held her down. School offered little comfort, as she battled dyslexia and eye problems. By 16, desperate for independence, she dropped out and took on jobs from modeling to debt collection to survive. At 17, she married musician Freddie Moore, seeking love and stability, but the marriage lasted only 4 years. Despite these early hardships, Demi's resilience was already shaping her path towards something bigger. At 19, Demi landed her first major role on General Hospital as Jackie Templeton, an ambitious young journalist. Outshining more than 1,000 actresses who auditioned, Demi made her first mark in Hollywood. But personal struggles followed her. Reckless partying and addiction threatened her career. Director Joel Schumacher recognized her talent and helped guide her, insisting she stay sober during filming. This tough love became a turning point. In 1985, she starred in St. Elmo's Fire as Jules, a troubled young woman navigating life's challenges. Schumacher gave her a strict ultimatum: get sober or lose the role. Demi chose sobriety and delivered a performance that resonated deeply with audiences, solidifying her position as a rising star in the 1980s. The 1990s brought Demi Moore to the peak of Hollywood fame. In 1990, she starred in Ghost, a film that captured audiences worldwide. Her portrayal of Molly Jensen in the iconic pottery scene with Patrick Swayze became legendary, and her short haircut sparked a global trend. At the same time, her marriage to Bruce Willis made them one of Hollywood's most famous couples. Both held the top box office spots simultaneously, a feat unmatched for decades. Demi earned a Golden Globe nomination for Ghost and continued to shine in films like A Few Good Men and Indecent Proposal, taking on roles that challenged societal expectations and highlighted her versatility as an actress. While her career flourished, Demi also faced the challenges of family life. She and Bruce Willis had 3 daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah. Demi redefined motherhood in the public eye, famously appearing nude while pregnant on the cover of Vanity Fair. Though she often battled guilt over balancing career and motherhood, she remained fiercely devoted to her children. Her marriage to Bruce ended in 1998, but the split was handled gracefully. They remained friends and co-parented successfully, showing that love can extend beyond marriage. In 2003, Demi met Ashton Kutcher, marking a highly publicized chapter of her life. She was 40, he was 25. Despite the age difference, sparks flew instantly. Their romance moved quickly. Ashton met Demi's daughters and even Bruce Willis within months. They lived together, launched Catalyst Films, and became Hollywood's newest power couple. But tragedy struck when Demi suffered a devastating miscarriage 6 months into pregnancy. Though they sought grief counseling, the strain of loss, age difference, and personal struggles began to affect their relationship. In 2005, Demi and Ashton married in a private ceremony in Beverly Hills, attended by close friends and family. Demi walked down the aisle in a Lanvin gown, and Ashton gifted her daughters Cartier bracelets, symbolizing his commitment to the family. He stepped into the role of stepfather, learning to braid hair, attend school events, and encourage his stepdaughter's passions. Despite these efforts, the relationship faced challenges: pressure to have a child, Demi's struggles with addiction, and the wide age gap created cracks in their marriage. The couple tried threesomes and spiritual retreats, but ultimately, these efforts could not repair the damage. On what should have been their 6th wedding anniversary in 2011, rumors surfaced that Ashton had an affair with 22-year-old Sarah Leal. Demi discovered the truth not from him, but through a Google alert. Later, she learned